Hi, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Via. I'm an illustrator from Portugal and I have a small business and an online shop where I sell stationery, apparel and a lot more things. I have a full video all about my journey if you want to check that, but I've been basically full-time on my business for 4 years now and I learned a few things along the way and I thought I could do a video of a few things that I would do if I would start my business today. Right now. So if you are thinking of starting a business or if you are just watching this video as an inspiration, I really hope some of this inspire you along the way and help you as well. I'm preparing for a convention during this weekend, so the studio is super messy on that side, so I'm going to be filming on this side on specific part so you won't see the mess. First of all, I just want to say thank you for the feedback on the last few videos. It's been super inspiring to create for YouTube and to create this type of videos, so your feedback really means a lot. If you can, leave a comment down below and like this video. It helps me grow and this way I can keep making videos like this one. Okay, so the first thing that I would do when starting a business, and this might seem a little bit basic, but is doing a little bit more research on my name, my brand, a little bit of my backstory. When I started out, I was only doing portraits for Instagram and my main audience was Portuguese. I was creating portraits for like family, friends, and people started to follow me on Instagram. It was a few years back, I was still studying and I was doing watercolor portraits. So when I created my name, it's read as a penish, so pen, like a pen, ash, so a penish, and it's like a little play of words with my own name because my last name is Penish, which means feather, and I could have played a lot with that name, like the translation and everything, but the thing is, it was for a Portuguese audience, and a penish means just in Portuguese, but also my name. So it was just like, I'm just an illustrator or I'm an illustrator. So it could be like both ways and it was like a little play of words. But to be honest, once I started to realize that I could take this a little bit further and I could have my business as a business really, because until then and until I discovered YouTube and some other creatives and an artist community online, I didn't even realize that I could do this as my job. And then I started to enter those communities and most of the people that I was chatting with and getting friends with were English speakers. And this word don't work in English. I even had a comment a few years ago because it looks like something not good. No, it's not good. It's like, it's something that it doesn't make sense for my business. It could have made sense for other businesses, but not for mine, especially the type of work that I do. It's not about the words, it's about the pronunciation. So yeah, I wish I did a little bit more research and that I would take in consideration like my future and all of that, but to be honest, I didn't think that I had a future outside family and friends that were ordering portraits for me. So yeah, I really wish I've put more time into that. Regarding the branding, I think we try to have this perfect idea, but to be honest, my branding honestly like evolved a lot. I'm going to try to put some of my old logos, especially because my color palette also evolved during time and all of that. So of course, you can try and idolize the best that you can of the products that you're going to have, the kind of color palettes that you are more interested in, and try to reflect that into your branding. And that's the whole idea of branding, but don't be afraid to also evolve with it. When I was starting out, the main colors that I was using was pens, like black fine liners, a lot of reds, a lot of like very strong saturated colors, and that's why my logo was also more saturated. And then I had a more pastel phase, and now I'm like in between a lot of colors. Don't be afraid to start with something and then make it evolving as you go and as your business evolve as well, but try to make a consistent branding according to your color palettes that you're using, the products, and what you want people to feel when they look at your branding really. The second thing that I would be focusing on would be trying to establish routines that would work for myself and not be afraid of doing things differently than others are doing. And I think the phrase work smarter, not harder can go a long way. I think it's really important to find tools that work for ourselves and try to improve our workflow with them. I actually did mention this on a previous video that I did, is what I'm trying to do to improve all of this is to try to establish a few things on my day-to-day. One of those things is to work by batches. Like if I have to do some content for social media, I'll do all the planning for like Instagram for the next 2 weeks. I schedule posts, I edit reels, I schedule those reels as well. So if you are interested, I'm going to do a tutorial on Patreon this month all about my content calendar and how I organize and schedule it. I'm going to leave a link for my Patreon and my membership in the description. If I'm doing a shop update, I also batch by things that I have to do, like product making on the computer, then product making, the products themselves, then taking photos and all of that. Another thing that I started to do was to use mock-ups on my shop, because I would be super perfectionist with my photos, and the truth is some products work better with mock-ups. I do mock-ups with my t-shirts, notepads, bookmarks, stickers, and this way I can show the real colors a lot better than sometimes with photos because of the paper that I use. And this also comes in on the thing that I was talking about. Takes more work and more time doesn't mean it's better. You can do all of this and find some things that work for you that take a lot less time and a lot less effort for you, but still look professional. To make this even easier, now we have a platform like Pacdora. Pacdora is a design platform that offers 3D mockups and templates from all kinds of products. So even if you have like a stationery business, or you want to improve your packaging and you want to see how it looks, or if you even have like lifestyle businesses or self-care like candles, skincare and all of that, they have mockups for every type of product that you can imagine. They make it super easy for you to create customized packaging, but also mock-ups of your own products, where you can download the templates, work it out on your computer, and then you can upload it on the website and see the 3D, how it's going to look, which is super helpful. It's really helpful. They have all of these things already made, and you just have to upload your design, and that's it. And you can view the final product, which is super helpful. The best part is that you can do all of this in your browser, so you don't have to install complex and super heavy programming on your computer. In the future, I would love to do some more intricate designs for notebooks. So I've been trying to create some boxes with them that I can print and cut here in-house. And since I have access to the template, I can download it and see how I can mount it and then print it out, but also see beforehand how it looks in 3D, so I can change around the design and I don't have to keep wasting materials and print it out. I've been also really enjoying the 3D mock-ups that you can do with your phone. Now that I'm working on the tutorial for my patrons about my content scheduling and all of that, it has been super helpful to really show on my phone how it looks. And also for other simpler type of products that I do, like letter sets, where I can see how the envelope is going to look before printing. I have, as I said, a lot more products that you can look at, but what I really love is that you can have that professional look and make it a lot easier to do without having to take 500 photos and then you go to editing and it doesn't look how you like, which is super frustrating. If you want to check Pacdora, use the link in my description for 20% off on your subscription. Embracing all of these things and realizing that I don't have to sweat to do things and make it look good. I used to think less of mock-ups, but you can really make them work for your brand so that you can keep it consistent. But I used to not use them a lot because I saw them as like cheating. But the thing is, they help a lot. They make my shop updates so much easier and hassle-free, and I can just be sitting on my couch working on my laptop, adding products to my shop all at the same time, because I don't have to spend all of this time taking photos that I would end up not really liking. And I'm trying to incorporate that into older products and trying to change that into mock-ups. So yeah, work smarter, not harder. I think that's a big one. Embrace your social media building communities and networking, I feel it's such underrated thing. Not only for your business, and building those relationships is going to probably make you meet people that think the same way that I do, enjoy the same things that you do, support them and they support you, but also it makes you feel a lot less alone, especially when you are going freelancing or working for yourself. This job can be very lonely. We spend a lot of our days alone, and even if most of us are introverted, we still need that community and having people around us. These relationships go from online to in person. I studied away from home, and when I came back I had lost a lot of the relationships that I had during my before university, and this way I could meet a lot more people and do some new friends and people that understand my struggles but also my wins. And it's super nice to talk to someone that maybe gone through what you went and can give you some advice. When I was starting out, Patreon was a big part of it. I joined a lot of artist communities on Patreon. I got to meet a lot of people. A lot of these patrons have Discord servers where you can talk to other people, ask for help when you need to. That would be one of the first things that I would do, would be creating an Instagram, embracing the social media. And I know it might seem a lot and very overwhelming, but try to look at the positive things. Even if you don't have a lot of likes, a lot of engagement, try to really look at the social part of the social media. We all have these talks about Instagram and how frustrating it is now with engagement and reach and all of this, but I feel like it's still one of those platforms that it's so important for the social part of social media, and you can interact with so many people all around the world, with so many artists. Start interacting with people. I promise it makes everything so much easier to be able to go online and ask for help when you need to. Once you have your social media ready and all of that, I think it's important to build all of this first and get to know people, start posting and have a few posts already on Instagram, or if you are thinking of starting a YouTube, start your YouTube channel even before you start all of this, even before you start your business itself or you open your shop. Of course, you can do this before all of that and work all the way around, but I wish I started documenting things a lot sooner so that I would have all of these path that I take and all the decisions that I take on social media or on video or something like that, not only to look back at, but also for your audience and people that are interested in your small business to look at and to really follow your journey, because I feel like that's such an important thing, is for people to see and fall in love with your brand, not only for the products that you sell, but also for your journey and the values that you put into it. So start documenting right away. One of the things that I talk most with artists that started a YouTube or Instagram is they are super sad that they didn't start sooner. Even if you are not posting right now, start to take photos, take videos, document as best as you can, because I feel like in the future, even if you want to do like a little montage of your whole journey, it's such a great way to also show that to your customers. Not only that, starting your social media accounts and showing all of this journey and all the steps that you take to get to your launch will also get people excited. Your community friends of artists can share about your shop launch, and you can hype this up in the course of weeks, because you don't have to launch your shop right away. I feel it can work a lot better if you do a little bit more work beforehand, before your launch. I already tried a few ways of launching products on my shop, and I feel like the ones that do best is the one where I create a collection specifically, and then I do all this buzz and all of this building of my launch on social media for several weeks beforehand. As I said, Instagram, the reach and the engagement is very low, so the amount of times you have to post something for people to see it, sometimes you have to post it like 10 times for people to see it. Think about how many times small business you love had a shop launch or release a new product, and only after weeks you saw it on social media because they made another post. Don't be afraid to also do a lot of posts about it, because again, people forget. It's really important to remind them, and sometimes a lot of people even are interested, but they just don't see the posts because Instagram or other social media platforms don't show it. So yeah, don't be afraid to build your launch, post a lot about it, talk a lot with your artist friends, ask for people to share, because that's so important nowadays. Not only your reach, but also other people's sharing. Start documenting as soon as you can. You're going to be thankful along the way, especially when your business starts to grow, and to look back and see how it started and build your launch. Don't be afraid to share a lot. To your social media, you start to document your journey, your products are ready, your shop is ready, you already launched it, you had an amazing launch because you built all of your launch, and then things start to evolve and you are super, super happy, and it comes to a point you are growing your business and you feel like you're not ready for that. But one thing that I wish I have done was to embrace this growth. A little bit of my story again is I started my business and I was working part-time. I had to leave that part-time because my dad passed away and I mentally wasn't in the best place to have a job. So I started my small business at that time to be able to stay at home. And at the time, things were quite slow. It took me probably 3 years until things start to grow a little bit more and to have a more steadier income. One of the things that really helped was YouTube, and I did a notebook tutorial because if you don't know, I do probably like 90% of my product in my studio, like stationery products, sublimation products, all of that. And I did this notebook tutorial, which right now, 3 years later, almost at 1 million views, which is mind-blowing. That tutorial brought a lot of people to my YouTube channel, and because of that I started to have a lot more orders on my shop and I started to have a more steadier income. But I was afraid to take a leap of faith on my business because I thought it was temporary. You might know as well that last year I got burned out, and it's something that a year later I still feel a lot, and it's so present in my life and day to day, and it's something that still I have to deal with, and it's not good. It's really bad because I was afraid to grow and to embrace the growth that I was having, and I kept postponing it and postponing it, and 2 or 3 years later I'm burned out because I wasn't able to delegate some tasks and to start outsourcing products and take a little bit of pressure of everything that I had to do. It's okay, I made that decision, but I wish I had taken advantage of that time. Maybe get someone part-time, because at the time I could afford it, and I could have had someone part-time here with me working, and that way I wouldn't had burnout and I was able to create more, get the shop even better, create more videos instead of going downhill and basically doing almost no videos for a year or two, not being able to almost do any shop updates or create any collections because I was so tired. Now things started to slow down because I also had to slow down because I was forced to it, and I really wish that I would take advantage of that growth and let my business evolve and take that opportunity as something good. I totally understand Bia from the past. It was a lot of pressure and we never know if it's going to take off or not, so we are afraid of making these decisions. But this is a video of all the possibilities and all the things that I would do if I would start my business now. I would take in a leap of faith when I could to grow it even more, and now feeling like I'm starting all over again, which can be very motivational because you have all the options in the world, but also looking back and comparing your business to past where it was growing so much more, it can be very heartbreaking. So if you are noticing that things are getting a little bit more paced, don't be afraid to take risks, even if it's buying a new machine that could make you have the possibility to make you better and even more products that you are interested in, or buy a new camera because you feel like your videos are on that part that you need to evolve a little bit with your editing and your filming. It can be something smaller, but don't be afraid to take these leaps of faith. Also, a side note, I feel like it's also okay to not wanting to grow. Not all people want to have a big business and have people helping them and have employees and all of that. And I feel like that's okay. But for me, now my idea of having a business is being able to delegate tasks, alleviate a little bit of pressure for myself, and maybe in the future have someone here working with me. Maybe one day a week. I think that will be super helpful. I still really enjoy spending my time here and being by myself and creating a lot of things. But going forward, I would like to take a little bit of pressure off myself, a little bit more easier, and say yes a lot more. Those are the 5 things that I would do if I would start my small business right now. I wish along the way I would have made some different decisions, but all the decisions that I made so far, it's what brought me here. And even though I have new things that I have to go through right now, and I feel after burning out and a year later starting to feel motivated and inspired again, being able to start things over, I'm really looking forward to see how I'm doing next year, and maybe I could do another video like this in a year from now to see how things evolved. If you are starting out, I really wish you all the luck. Don't forget to write a comment and let us know a little bit about your business, what you're doing, what products are you selling. I would love to know also a little bit about you that you are watching these videos, because I know a lot of you are small business owners, and I think it will be really cool to also get to know you a little bit better. Get to check the link in the description and get 20% off on your subscription with Pactora, and try your mock-ups and see how it works for you. I don't know, it makes all my products look so much more professional and brings all of this option to be able to show things in a different way as well. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you soon. Bye!